Test, 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 test. Hey everybody! Hey everybody! Hey everybody! Welcome back to Touch and Glass podcast with me, the only host you'll ever need for this podcast. Obviously we all took a break because we came back from a Christmas holiday and New Year's holiday, and I hope your Christmas holiday and New Year's and whatever you celebrate, I hope everything that you did with your off time went amazing, and I hope nothing went wrong, but we all know life happens. Things will go wrong, and yada yada. But I'm going to just get, you know what I was trying to say. I'm just going to get right into it, because I was going to do a mock draft right now for NFL, because the Patriots are kind of swapping second overall pick and third overall pick positions. And right now for hockey, it's kind of in that middle season right now. So Boston did lose their last game against Pittsburgh, but they're still first in the Atlantic. So like they'd have to go on a 20 game losing streak for me to lose my mind. But so for right now, I think it's game 36. So we're like right in that middle mark. We're like close to the middle mark. So I'm just gonna jump in right into this. I did do a mock draft before, so this one's just going to be a little more quicker, so I might choose the wrong guy, and I might not be able to give a quick explanation, because I don't want to be here for 2 hours doing this, so I'm just going to hop in. So for the first draft, for the first pick, it's the Bears, and I'm just going to fully give them Marvin Harris. Like, there's nobody else that they're going to take. With the Commanders, I have no idea who the quarterback is, so I'm just going to quickly go with Caleb Williams, because right now that's the best option. Now, I've been hearing the Patriots would actually be okay. Well, some Patriots fans would be okay if Williams went off the board early. So I'm actually going to go with you know what? I'm gonna change it up. I'm gonna go with Jaden Daniels, the Heisman winner, LSU. Last guy who played on LSU is now the starting quarterback for the Bengals. So the Cardinals, off the top of my head, they don't need a quarterback. People say they do, but they've been so high on Kyler Murray, and they need some weapons. And I've had people laugh at me about this before, but I want other people to see. I'm actually going to take Brock Bowers for them. The Giants, they've been so high on Daniel Jones. There's nothing, like, they might need a wide receiver, but it's always good. They just locked him up. They just honestly, I forgot. I don't want to waste too much time right now, so I'm just going to honestly take Joe Alt. I could have taken that guy, but I'm just kind of going off of the names that I remember. The Chargers, I don't really remember their team off the top of my head, and I don't want to waste time looking. It says right here, cornerback, OT. You know what? So I'm just going to go with the second best OT, because it doesn't say they need wide receivers. Some teams are different, but, I mean, sometimes doesn't fully show what they actually need. So I'm just going to go with OT. If that's wrong, whatever. Now, the Titans actually do need OT, but they also need wide receiver. And I don't remember the Titans' quarterback. And I know it doesn't say here. Oh, they have Malik Willis, and he's actually been pretty good. He is 24, so I wonder if they would take Derek May. And I'm assuming there's probably going to be trades, but I might do that next time just to save some time right now. I'm actually going to take Malik Neighbors for them. And then now the Jets. If the Jets can get Derek May at this pick, that would be a golden ticket for them. But I doubt they would be. Honestly, I kind of think Derek may drop to them, ironically said. But the Falcons are up, and they need a QB. The Falcons may have actually traded up past the Jets, knowing that May has been dropping. So I'm actually just gonna, because I don't know who the quarterback is, I'm gonna take them a first round quarterback and JJ McCarthy. The Bears are up again, and I just drafted a wide receiver for them. It does say quarterback, but I really don't think that's true. I'm actually going to draft them. Do they need CB? They could take Kool-Aid. They could take Dallas. But I haven't really been hearing a lot of Kool-Aid McKinstry, just because he's on Alabama, and that team's always full of all-stars. So I'm actually going to take Dallas Turner. Now for the Raiders, they actually need cornerback and quarterback, but I don't see the star like any remaining quarterbacks. But it would seem weird for them. Maybe they'll build up their defense because they got that wide receiver from the Patriots. Bo Nix is a later, and they got a top 11 pick. I think they're gonna wait on quarterback. They could draft an OT here. They could draft Kool-Aid McKinstry, and I feel like getting a solid cornerback on your team really helps the defense, regardless of who your quarterback is. The Vikings need a cornerback, a running back, a linebacker. They need pretty much everything on this team, for this team, which is weird because they have such a solid team. So I actually think I'm not going to pay attention to these. I'm actually going to take the best available O-lineman. I know they have other needs, but you have Justin Jefferson, one of the best wide receiver in the game and the best wide receiver years in the past and years to come. Now for the Saints, we have OT, DT, OG, LB, RB. So the best DT here, I actually don't see cornerback for them or wide receivers, so I'm just going to take the best available DT for them. Now the Broncos, it also shows DT and quarterback. I slightly think the Broncos will actually take a quarterback here because they are cutting, what's his name at the end of the season, Russell Wilson, because that was a horrible contract to give out, so they're going to cut him. I actually think they're gonna take. You know what? I'm gonna take Bo Nix for them. The Seahawks, offensive guard, cornerback, LBS, and tight end. The Seahawks, if Brock Bowers drops, I think the Seahawks will trade up for him. But since he's off the board currently, I'm just gonna take the best available cornerback. Now the Bengals. The Bengals do need cornerback and wide receiver, so I actually think they're going to take. The Bengals also need tight end, so they potentially could trade up for a tight end. I know I'm not picking a lot of defensive guys right now. I'm just fully basing it off of this. So there's a lot of names that are probably not going to be picked that should have been picked. So I'm just going to take. Actually, I'm going to take this guy because I've been hearing this guy's name moving around. There's a bunch of CB cornerbacks. Wait, now I don't know why I said a bunch. I was confusing that. So they need cornerback. They also need. Actually, what did I just draft them? I just drafted them a tight end. So I'm actually gonna. They don't need a wide receiver, so I'm actually gonna draft them a cornerback. Again, a lot of these names I don't. Do they need an edge? No, I don't know a lot of these names. So you can rip my head off in the comments. I don't really care. I'll come back to this later. The Steelers, they need cornerback, and edge, and I'm actually gonna take the edge because I don't recognize this name, but for some reason this name sticks out to me, so I'm just gonna take him. The Packers, I actually think they're gonna take OT to protect Love because Love actually has been doing pretty good, but now thinking about it, they may actually draft Coleman. You know what? I forgot Coleman was here. So I'm going to draft Coleman for them. Now the Buccaneers, they do actually need quarterback. Right now, what's his name is doing really good for them, Mayfield. But I don't know if it's just because like he's getting that one last shot and I really hope it doesn't distract them from drafting somebody for the future. So right now it's the 20th pick. And where is he? Michael Penix is an early second, but I think the Buccaneers who need a quarterback. There's a lot of teams right now who do need a quarterback. Do they pick again in the first round? No. Okay, so I think they're going to take a chance on Michael Penix. The Colts need edge, running back, and cornerback. And now I think Let me see. I'm trying to think of who is on the team. I can't remember. Okay, I'm just gonna take. I don't remember who's on the team, so it's always good to just go with a top cornerback. So I'm just gonna go with. I'm just gonna go with Nate Wiggins out of Clemson. Now the Jaguars need cornerback as well, so they're really okay with. They need DT and offensive guard apparently twice. I don't know if they would take offensive tackle. Yes, it would probably be a good idea, but I don't know if they would take him if they have if they really need cornerback, and there's a couple cornerbacks. Actually, there is a couple. This is kind of a deep offensive OT draft, so I think they're gonna take one of the best. Well, I mean, one of the best remaining cornerbacks on the board. Now the Rams also need cornerback, but since kind of the quarterbacks have been taken, there is Kalen King at 34, but I don't know who the quarterback is for the future, so I think they're going to want to help him out. So I would think they were going to draft OT. Now the Bills are actually a very good defensive team. So I wonder, it does say wide receiver for them, so I wonder if they would take a wide receiver here, as everybody else is taking every other position. The Bills, I don't know, I think they're good on cornerback, and I think they're okay on safety, but there's not really a lot of safety. I mean, they could go with OT, but I honestly think they're just going to take the best guy available and take the LSU wide receiver. The Chiefs do also need wide receiver, and I think they actually would go with wide receiver. Again, everybody else is waiting. It was picking everything else, but I also think they do have a good defensive team as well. I don't think it's the wide receivers' fault. You know what? I am thinking of the wide receivers, and the wide receivers do suck, so I'm just going to take the best available wide receiver for them, and that's Adonai Mitchell from Texas. Now, the Eagles. The Eagles apparently also need wide receiver, but I don't think that's true. My brain is rattling off the wide receivers, and they got Smith, and they have there's another big name there. They definitely don't need defense. Like, they don't need edge. So I wonder if they would kind of go a little bit off the board and take Kalen King here, because they do need cornerback. I mean, there is an S here. That a lot of teams did need S, and I actually didn't see this guy. So if S is a big need for them, I actually think I'm going to take the S. Now, the Lions do also need cornerback S, wide receiver, quarterback. Now, I don't know if there's... Oh, there is a quarterback here. Sheeter Saunders. That is not an easy name to say if you have a lisp. I don't know who the Lions quarterback is, and I don't know who they drafted in the past. So I think they're going to take... Because their other needs are wide receiver, and they're having a great year this year. That means their defense is solid, and the wide receivers are solid, and the quarterback is doing good. I forget who it is. I think it's... what's his name? Anyways, I think they're going to take a quarterback here just to have him learn. Now, I'm very surprised the Texans are picking this late, because I didn't think they played that good last year. So they need wide receiver, edge, and OG. I'm going to take the best edge available. I assume that guy's not going to be available here, but I'm just kind of doing this as quickly as I possibly can. Maybe a little too quickly, actually. I guess I'll just break down these picks, because I got more time than I thought. So with the Dolphins, they need OT, OG, CB, S, and DT. Now, Tua has had injuries in the past, so I think they're just going to straight up help him and help. Like, they don't need wide receivers. I don't think they need a cornerback. I mean, Kalen King is here. Land McConkey, wow, that's a name. I think they're just going to take the best available lineman. Now, the Dallas Stars, again, the Dallas Cowboys, I'm, again, surprised they're picking this late in the draft. And again, all of these teams are gonna be changed, and whatever, like, the Patriots may have the second overall pick, the Patriots may have the fourth overall pick, it's gonna change. So they're picking 30th here, and they do need LB. So I'm just gonna, you know what? I mean, I do have more time than I thought. So I wonder if they would take a cornerback, or if they would take a DT. I think they're just going to take. I mean, a good. I don't remember. You know what? I'm gonna take linebacker for them. So for the final pick in this mock draft, the 49ers do need OT, CB, OG, Edge, and OC. Now, there is a good OG available, and I recognize that name. So I wonder if they'll. You know what? I think they're just gonna take. I think the 49ers are just gonna take a very safe pick and take an OT. Oh, sorry, I didn't see the Ravens here. Um. Oh, I did just choose for the first round, but anyways, I guess the Ravens have the first pick in the second draft. In the second, maybe not. Maybe it's all. Anyways, I'm just gonna pick for the Ravens because I actually don't remember picking for the Ravens. They do need cornerback, and I do see Kalen King here, but I actually don't. That name doesn't sound familiar to me, so I actually think I'm just gonna take Kalen King for them. Oh wait, now it's just showing me my picks. I thought it would give me like a I don't know, a grade for them. Anyways, that doesn't really matter. So for the Bears, I personally think the Bears are gonna take Marvin Harris, because they've been so high on Justin Fields for years, regardless of his talent. I wouldn't be for a second. I thought my mic was off. I wouldn't be that high on them on Justin Fields as they are, because I just don't see the talent in Justin Fields at this point in his career. The Commanders, if they somehow get the second overall pick, or maybe even can trade up for the first overall pick, they can easily get one of the best two quarterbacks in this draft. And if the Patriots end up with the third overall pick, I mean, they're picking still the second best, or potentially first best. This is a very good early quarterback draft, and it's all subjective, as you never know. The Baker Mayfield draft, the Browns thought they were taking the best quarterback available, and the best quarterback available was actually Josh Allen, who was picked like 15th, I think, or 8th, I don't know, something like that. So again, it's all going to be subjective based, and everybody wants the Cardinals to draft a quarterback, but I actually don't think they're going to draft a quarterback. I honestly think they're going to draft Brock Bowers, because they have the wide receivers. They have the quarterback, that like the franchise quarterback, even though he's probably not gonna be a franchise quarterback. He's still a very good quarterback, but they may also go with O-line there, but I don't know if they would. I really don't know. The Cardinals and the Giants are kind of the same team. I think if the Giants don't take, or if the Cardinals don't take Brock Bowers, then the Giants might. I don't see Brock Bowers falling out of the top 5. Honestly, to kind of easily put my hot take there. I don't see him falling out of the top 8. Now, if the Chargers, I just think they're gonna take O lineman, especially now that Justin Herbert is out for the season, and he was on my fantasy, which sucked. But yeah, he was out for the season like 4 games ago or 3 games ago or something, so that really hurt their season. So I think they're just gonna stack up on O linemen, because they don't need wide receiver, they don't need defensive help. They need OT to protect the franchise quarterback, to then take their team to that next level. Now the Tennessee Titans, I actually think they might take a quarterback here. I was just rushing through the picks. But I think they're gonna take quarterback, so I probably should have taken a quarterback. But I mean, Malik Willis has been very good for them right now, and they have DeAndre Hopkins, and he's been pretty good. But I think they're gonna probably take a quarterback. Now the Jets, if Derek May does somehow, by the grace of friggin' God, if he somehow drops to 8, that would be the golden ticket for them. But I highly doubt Drake May is going to drop to 8. I think I mean, unless the Giants or the Cardinals or the Titans pick him, he may fall to the Jets. But I think the Jets are going to have to trade up for one of those high picks. I think they're going to trade up for the Cardinals pick, and I don't know what they would trade. I'd have to do that next time. But I think they would trade with the Cardinals and draft and get one of the top 5 quarterbacks. Now with the Falcons are also a team that could easily trade up and try and get one of those top quarterbacks. I think there's like 2 games left in the season, so if the Patriots do have the 3rd overall or the 2nd overall pick, then there's only 2 teams. The Patriots would still guarantee themselves a top quarterback unless they fall out of top 5, I'd say. Because I honestly think the Bears are going to take Marvin Harris, but if somehow the Bears don't, then Caleb Williams probably goes first, or Daniels probably goes first. Let's say Williams, let's say Daniels, let's say the Patriots have 4, or let's say the Patriots have 5, so if it's Williams, Daniels, McCarthy, and May, that's 4. That's all. The top quarterbacks are already gone. They could still take a quarterback, but I think if one of the top quarterbacks are gone, then the Patriots are going to draft somebody else. The Bears again have a top 10 pick, and I think with everybody trying to get the best available wide receivers and the best available OT, there is a chance too if Brock Bowers falls, they might take Brock Bowers just to give another weapon to Justin Fields, which would really help him out. But I think they're going to take Dallas Turner, who's one of the best defensive ends, one of the best edges to play. I didn't really watch much of his film, but I've recognized the name, and obviously if you recognize the name, you know that they're either playing well or playing like crap. And it's obviously been good talk, so I know that he's playing good. And with the Raiders, again, the same thing. Everybody's trying to get the best available quarterback, the best available wide receiver. I don't remember who the quarterback is off the top of my head, so I think I should have probably drafted a quarterback for them. But at this point, I think they would just take the best available cornerback. Because I don't think they're a team that really wants to. They may actually take a quarterback, so I think they would actually take one here. But all of the other available quarterbacks were like later in the draft, so maybe they would trade down. Maybe they don't want to take the best available player and trade down for the guy and get some assets. That could also be an option. The Vikings, I don't know who the quarterback is. I think it's whatever the guy's name is who was on the football Netflix show. I think they're just going to take an OT and really solidify the protecting the quarterback, whoever it is, because you have Justin Fields, or you have Justin Jefferson. Whoever your quarterback is would know to just only throw to Justin Jefferson. But now thinking about this, they may actually take a wide receiver. They may take Romian Undis. Sorry if I messed up his name. But they may actually take another wide receiver, because right now the Vikings' top option is just Jefferson. With the Saints, it's I don't really know what the Saints are gonna do. They may take a quarterback, they may take a wide receiver, they may take edge. I don't really know what their team is doing right now. So at this point, you might as well just build up your defense and take the best available defense. The Broncos do definitely need a quarterback. They would not have drafted a quarterback if Russell Wilson had a good year. The only reason I'm putting them as drafting a quarterback is because they are 100% cutting Ryan Wilson at the end of the season, which kind of plays their cards. There could be a lot of teams that jump ahead of them and get their quarterback, and then the Buccaneers, their hands are tied and there's nothing for them to do, or overpay for a potential quarterback that may not even work out for you. With the Bengals, I think they're just going to draft another wide receiver, regardless of who it is. They're just going to give another talent to I was about to say Joe Bengal. Whatever his name is. My brain can't think of his name. Joe something. Joe Turner. I don't know why, because I'm looking at Dallas Turner. I think they're just gonna draft a wide receiver for him. They could also draft OT at this position in the draft because they're kind of right in the middle, and there's not really like top guys available. But you never know again. The Cardinals are picking at 17, and I think they're gonna. I have them selected to pick a cornerback, and again they're kind of one of those teams that they have a good quarterback, they have good wide receiver, they probably could draft an OT, but the issue with drafting an OT is if you draft one too tall, Kyler Murray can't see over them, and if you draft a cornerback, he's just gonna show up the defense, which is then in turn gonna help Kyler Murray. Now the Steelers again, they're a team that I didn't know who they were gonna pick. So again, might as well just build up the defense for a team that doesn't really know what they're going to do for the future. The quarterback right now, again, I'm just blanking on names, but the quarterback is actually playing like decent, so they may actually draft an OT here. Now the Packers have finally fulfilled Aaron Rodgers' wish and drafted a quarterback 2 years after he left. Because I think they're really good. Like Jordan Love has really shined as a top quarterback. I mean, probably not a top quarterback, but like he was pretty good this year. He's great in fantasy. So I think they're just gonna draft a wide receiver and give him more weapons. Now the Buccaneers may again be another team that trades up for a quarterback, but at this point, with Michael Penix potentially available, I think they're just gonna draft the best available quarterback. I got less time, so I'm just going to have to quickly go through these. Cornerback for the Colts, because, again, might as well just build up that defense. Cornerback for the Jaguars, because you might as well build up that defense. But they could also go wide receiver here. The Rams, don't know who the quarterback is. There was no quarterbacks available that they'd probably want to take a chance on, because I did miss Saunders, but I think they probably wouldn't take a chance on a quarterback, and they would rather protect the new quarterback for next year or free agency or whatever. The Bills might as well just give another weapon to Josh Allen. Again, might as well give another weapon to Patrick Mahomes. The first S goes off the board because the Eagles have a fantastic defense and might as well just lock down that defense. Might as well just make the defense the best. Not one of the best, the best. With the Lions, they had a great defense. They're playing great this year. I think they're going to draft a quarterback just to help build for the future. Like they're great. They could take defense. Same thing with the Eagles. They could just become the best defense. Texans, again, I don't know who the quarterback is. Don't know who the wide receivers are. So might as well just build up the offense. The Dolphins, I think 100% are going to take an O-lineman here because Tua has had a history of concussions in the past, and I don't see who else they can pick here. Like they're having a fantastic season. They obviously have good wide receivers. They obviously have a good defense. So what's the most safest pick? O-lineman. With the Cowboys, they're kind of a limbo team. So again, just purely build up the offense. I think I chose the wrong position for the 49ers because I think I read it wrong. But maybe it's right. Again, the 49ers I think are just gonna take an O-lineman just to protect Brock Purdy. They could also take a wide receiver just to give him another weapon in the backfield, or in the front field, I guess. But I guess we'll see on draft day, and then finally with the Ravens. I kind of forgot that the Ravens had the last pick in the draft. I guess they're projected to win it all, but again, this is all going to change. They would probably honestly pick a wide receiver here. I think I just kind of picked a name because it said cornerback, but maybe they don't need a wide receiver. They could also take an O-lineman here. So that's my full mock draft. I will probably do another one next time. Because it actually gave me something to talk about. Yeah, I hope you guys all had a fantastic holiday and New Year's. And remember, you're awesome, stay awesome, and rock on. Peace.